Okay, everybody. Hello. Welcome to the presentation. I appreciate, I might, but we are here and you are here. Happy Friday to you, wherever you are in this brutal world. I appreciate everybody being here. So, hey, folks, I'm Bishop Long, and thank you for being here. And, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, for those of you who don't know, I want to please tell you to make sure you go to our great site. It's called KGRADB.com. They're sponsors of ours, and we appreciate them very much. As a matter of fact, this show right now is airing on KGRADB radio. So KGRAD as in dog, B as in bicycle.com. Go to that site and make sure you subscribe. But when you do, put Bishop as your promo code. You're going to get 30% off your subscription. It's already inexpensive. It's a great site, KGRADB.com. Put Bishop as your promo code. You can go to my website, bishopjameslong.com, if you want. Head on over there, check it out. And then, of course, the church's website is usocc.org. So usocc.org. That's the church's website. I want to remind everybody that, Emily, you're in the hospital. I hope that you're going to be right back in the up on your feet here pretty soon. So not dressed like a bishop. Actually, I am, but I appreciate the insults. I have. These are called clerics. Bishops wear clerics, and this is called an Episcopal chain. Again, you got an individual who think they're Roman Catholics who probably never set foot in the Roman Catholic Church. But nonetheless, I appreciate all you guys being here. Hello. Okay, so we're going to do this because obviously people on TikTok just simply cannot behave. They just cannot. They can't. And sorry, guys, but we're not going to put up with trolls tonight. Not interested. Sub chat only on. So trolls, see you later. Okay. Already, they have to do it. They have to do it. It's sad, really. It really is. But if you want to go to my website, yeah, I agree. If you want to go to my website, it's bishopjameslong.com. By the way, I have 4 classes online, and you can take them if you want. And I know. They're just going to hate. They're just going to hate because we're doing something that they can't do. See, what they'll do is they will attack people who go on screen and do presentations. They never do that. They don't have the courage to actually go on screen and do a presentation. They don't. And so what they'll do is they'll project their insecurities onto people who actually are on screen, who do social media, because we're not afraid to do it. But they don't. That's interesting, isn't it? I wonder why. Anyway, so for those of you who are on TikTok, sub chat only is on. Everybody can watch, but if you want to chat, you got to sub. That's just the way it's going to be. Well, happy Friday to you wherever you are in this brutal world out there. I tell you what, there's so much going on. There is so much going on. And I want to remind everybody, don't forget that later on tonight, well, thank you. Later on tonight, we do have a night prayer, and that's at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So what we'll do is we usually start the chat around 9:50 p.m. Eastern, and then as well as on TikTok. And then at 10 o'clock, we actually start night prayer. Okay? Well, listen, again, happy Friday to you. Happy Friday to you. I hope that you're having a fantastic Friday wherever you are in this beautiful. Today is Paranormal Friday show. Anytime it's a Paranormal Friday, it's a good show. It is a good show. It's a good time, and I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully you are as well. Yeah, there's a lot. Of course, now that we're kind of slowly going around the corner, there's going to be a lot of paranormal conferences starting back up. It's always been like this. You know, during the winter, the paranormal community kind of goes in hibernation. It's kind of like there's not a whole lot going on in the paranormal community. And thank you. And for those of you subscribing or offering gifts, thank you very much for doing that. If you guys on this computer hear me say thank you, it's because my friends on TikTok are either subscribing or offering gifts, online gifts. So I appreciate that very much. And I always want to say thank you for that. So anyway, that's what we have. We have a Paranormal Friday. And oh, yes, this is not, I know this is not open mic night. I know. All right, let's bring her in. Yes, she was raised in a barn. Hello, Miss Wilma. How are you doing?
Howdy. Happy Splung. Hi, everybody. Hope everybody's having a great night tonight.
Well, I was until you just busted my eardrums. But hey, I appreciate you being on here. Put the moonshine down. Can you at least have a conversation without getting too cray-cray? For those,
I do want to say, I want to say that Mr. Producer and Bishop Long, it does a great job getting everything ready before the show. Well, job done. You guys is doing a great job.
well, what?
Because I heard y'all trying to get the show, everything working, the lights and everything, and you all had to do a great job getting everything done. So well, job done to you and Mr. Producer.
Oh, Mr. Producer, huh? So now, what is Mr. Producer now your boyfriend? Now she's flirting with Mr. Producer. Isn't that convenient?
I'm not flirting with it.
Isn't that convenient?
I'm just saying.
Can't take you anywhere.
I think I said I want to.
It's just like Miss Wilma kissing up to Mr. Producer. I tell you what, either it's a producer or a director. It's one or the other. So I tell you what, you don't miss a beat though. You're right on top. I mean, you are just woo.
Mr. Producer, I wanted to thank you and Mr. Producer for doing a great job on getting everything ready before the show.
He does a good job. He does a good job. We're just not going to tell him, otherwise his ego. But
I'm going to tell him.
Oh, I'm sure you are. I'm sure then he'll buy you a Hungry Man dinner, TV dinner.
Actually, I think that he does a little more than you do, maybe, trying to get everything ready.
Okay,
And I like the part earlier he said he could blow you up. I like that pretty good.
Oh, I'm sure. Are you done? Can we please get on with the Paranormal Friday shows?
When he said, "Can you blow me up?" Oh, I thought.
Great. Now, Mr. Producer is saying thank you, Miss Wilma. I mean, again, this is Senior Citizens Unite here. That's what this is. That's what this is going on. Mr. Producer and Miss Wilma, Senior Citizens Unite against poor Bishop Long. Okay. Really? Seriously? Anyway, before I was rudely interrupted, Wilma, today is Paranormal Scary Spooky Friday.
Yes.
Yes, and I'm surprised you're here because you're scared of your own shadow.
Well, actually, I am.
I know you are.
Because one night, the power's out. But one night I was going to the bathroom and it has a mirror in there, you know. Well, anyway, I walked in and I screamed and thought, oh my God, somebody's in here, but it was me.
Well, I mean, with all due respect, if I saw that reflection, I'd scream too. I mean, you know what I mean?
Well, but the power went out and I was going to the bathroom, wasn't thinking of the mirror. And
I do appreciate you sharing your bathroom stories with us, but today's Paranormal Fridays.
It's a clean story.
Well, that's great. Well, we really don't need to hear much bathroom stories. All right, folks, for those of you, so for those of you who have no idea, so Miss Wilma, she's a 100-year-old woman, and now she's a good, I've known Wilma for about 25, 26 years, a long time, and she has multiple sclerosis, and she has pacemaker. She has a lot of health issues. But she likes to. She just shows up and says, "How you doing?" You know, we're here Saturday, usually on open mic night, and good grief, Wilma, your microphone is. I have to turn you down because you're screaming. She turns her speaker like the 500.
Is that better?
That's much better. Now I can't hear myself scream over the microphone. So.
Okay, is that
Yep.
Mr. Producer too?
Okay, we're not talking about Mr. Producer. We're talking about James here.
I just want to make sure it didn't hurt his ears too.
Well, love is in the air. Well, let's just go ahead and give you a bouquet of flowers. Okay, so, but Miss Wilma, now, she is a strong believer in superstitions. She just is a really, I'm just curious, if you believe in superstitions, thank you very much, Yolanda. If you believe in superstitions, put 1. If you believe that they don't exist, that it's all nonsense, put 2. I'm just in the chat. If everybody could do that, because I'm really, really curious. So if you truly, let me move this thing here, this monitor. If you believe that, they exist, and you got to pay attention to them, put a 1. Okay, there's some 1s. There's some 1. Yes, I do have an umbrella over my head right now. Again, in the studio, in my home. That is true. I have the umbrella over my head right now. Yes, I right now when I'm talking to you right now at this very moment, an umbrella is over my head in the studio in the home. That is a true story.
Could you please put that away?
I can't. It's over my head.
Well, could you please put it away?
See, if I had a mom.
Freaking me out.
Okay, well, it's there. So now, all right. Obviously, folks, I don't believe in these superstitions at all. Now, Miss Wilma does. Oh, yeah. Let me do a real quick. Hold on, I got to do this white balance on the camera. There we go. Okay. Yeah, anytime you change the colors and all that, you got to do a white balance on the camera, because otherwise it looks like kooky. So putting the and no, it was not bad luck. It's just white balance. It's called white balance. Anytime you put something white or change a different color on the camera, you have to do it. It's called a white balance. Something, a little trick of the trade. You put like this, and so for those of you who don't know you have no idea what I'm talking about. But on this camera, what you do is you change it, and then eventually it will change the color. So anyway, it's just little tricks of the trade that you got to do. So why do you believe in superstitions, Miss Wilma?
Well, growing up, my mom and my grandma, my aunts, my uncle, they really was terrible. They was really bad. And of course, all my life I heard them. And now today, I'm very bad, and I believe in them. Very bad.
And that's because your parents and your grandparents. I mean, they kind of.
I've always heard them. Don't do this or don't do that. Bad luck or
wow,
good luck.
Okay.
And
you know
I'm
what?
like, oh.
Hold on 1 second. Whoever did a poll, let's do another poll because there's only 3 votes. I really want to know this, so let's do another poll on TikTok. One of the moderators, can you put a poll up there? Who believes in superstitions? So let's do a vote on this on TikTok. I would love to get an actual vote, and then people vote because I want to know No. We're going to actually get a vote. There it is right there. So it's right there, that little thingy majig. There is a vote. It's a 1-minute vote. I'm sorry you guys can't do it on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, but you can put your 1 or 2s. But you guys got to vote. Make sure you vote right there because we want to see on TikTok. Make sure you vote. And I'm going to look on our chat here. Let's see, 2. So Lynn, a lion does not. Jerry does. Moonstar now no. Rosella does. Joanne does not. Crossing Guard does not. Anne Marie believe in full moons. Okay. Craig says yes. So Jeannie says yes. This is on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and KGRDB Radio. So all right. And I'm really curious to see what the poll says because we're going to actually put a poll together. And let's see what it says. It's going to pull up, and that's going to be, these are all, anytime you do an interesting poll like this, it's always fascinating to find out. Okay. So we have 81 votes on TikTok. 63% says yes, they believe in superstitions. And 37 said no. Wow.
Wow.
I'm honestly, truthfully, I'm surprised at that. That seems awfully high that so many people actually believe that superstitions exist.
And some of them comes true too.
Okay, Judy Ann does not believe in. Okay, Judy Ann does not. All right.
Judy Ann.
Okay. Well, tonight, here's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk a little bit about superstitions for a while until roughly about 7:45 or so. And then Miss Wilma's going to jump off because then we're going to talk about urban legends. And urban legends scare Miss Wilma. Because we don't want to scare her because remember, she's scared of her own shadow in the bathroom. Okay. So let's.
That's because the power went out.
Oh, I'm sure.
The mirror.
All right. Let's go into this. By the way, those of you who are thinking about getting married, let's do this first. let's jump into the weddings and engagements. Those of you, because 67% of you on TikTok believe in superstition. So this is a really cool site that I found called Shining Diamonds, and they put an article together. And Miss Wilma, let's see if you've heard any of these.
Okay.
The superstition, what does it mean if my wedding ring is too tight? Do you know what that superstition means?
No, I haven't heard that one.
One of the most common superstitions around a wedding ring is that if it's too tight, then this can spark jealousy in the marriage. A wedding ring which is too tight can be thought to symbolize that the relationship could be strangled or stifled. Interesting.
Wow.
Now,
Wow.
but have you ever heard what happens if the wedding ring is too loose?
Yes.
All right, what have you heard?
If the wedding ring gets too loose, the marriage is going to have a lot of problems in their marriage.
Well, yeah, because it says here that it's a foreshadowing of parting of ways, that the wedding ring is likely to fall off. And many people believe it signifies forgetfulness and will ultimately lead to the end of the marriage. Oh, come on, you guys can't believe this. Just size the ring before you put on in his or her finger.
But it's not. Okay. Now, also, it's bad luck.
Hold on.
Like for me, I'm not married.
Hold on, because we got to go.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, because I'm going to go down the list. Because I know I saw your list, and we're going to go down the list that way because I did a lot of homework to find out where these comes from.
Oh, okay.
So is it bad luck to try on your wedding ring? What do you think, Miss Wilma? Oh, come on. How are you going to know if it fits?
It is very bad luck. You don't put that wedding ring on until he does, until he says, when the preacher says, do you do? And he said, yeah. And they put that, the preacher puts the wedding ring on, but you do not try that on till you get married.
All right. Well, actually, according to a superstition, it seems completely logical to try on your wedding ring before the big day. After all, you've been wearing this piece for the rest of your life. However, it is also an old wives' tale that trying on this ring before the big day could result in poor nuptials. So if you want to avoid this, we recommend having your ringer sized before purchasing it to ensure that it will fit perfectly. I'm sorry, but no. Here's the deal. And again, I don't believe in superstitions, but
I know.
If you're going to get married with somebody and you're standing up in front of a church full of people, and then perhaps maybe you didn't properly size your ring the right way, and now you're in front of everybody and you try to put that sucker on and that sucker ain't going to fit, that would be horrible. And I've actually experienced this before as clergy. It was the funniest thing. I busted out laugh. I couldn't. So the wife, the bride, and the groom. So she was going to put his ring on his finger, and it wouldn't fit. And she was getting a little. She was like, "Oh no!" She's like, "Oh no, you mine. You are mine." This and she was so careful. She's like, "Oh, you're mine. This is going to." She said, "You gained too much weight. You gained." She was like, "What happened to you? What happened?" And so I'd never seen this in my life. She took that wedding ring. She put it in her mouth. She got it all. I mean, putting yucky. Yeah. And then she's got it, and she said, now it's going to work. And she shoved that sucker on his finger, and she said, it ain't ever coming off. It ain't. Now you're mine. And that was just, I've never seen in my life a bride was like, oh, this is going to, I don't care if it's too small, it's going on your finger.
Your heart.
That was hilarious. Okay. Yeah, that was crazy.
Oh, yes.
Now, I have heard, according to this website too, that is it bad to drop your wedding ring during the ceremony? Have you ever heard of this, Miss Wilma?
If you drop your wedding ring, yes.
That I've heard this too. So here's what, and I've seen this happen before. According to a wedding ring superstition, dropping your wedding ring will rid evil spirits from your marriage. Your wedding ring will be released of negativity, leading to a long and prosperous marriage, as the aura of your marriage is cleansed to evil. So some people say that dropping your wedding ring will get rid of evil spirits from your marriage. Some people say dropping your wedding ring will bring evil spirits to your marriage. So it's interesting how the superstitions can't get it right. It's like, well, which one is it? So I'm here to tell you what it says. Okay, let's go into the fun-filled, exciting things. So if you're going to get married, make sure you don't drop the wedding ring and make sure it fits. Okay. First.
Now, did you know that if you got married on a rainy day, that you're going to have that many tears through your marriage?
Actually, and so you're jumping ahead because I didn't do any type of research on that one, but I appreciate you throwing a little curveball on that. But actually,
no, I didn't do a curveball. I just stepped off of it.
Actually, there are some cultures that says, because I read that on that website, that when it rains on your wedding day, it's actually good luck.
Wow. See, I heard it's bad luck. Because that tells you how many tears you're going to have on your wedding.
Yeah, I'm
doing a lot of crying.
See, even Jane said it's good luck. So I don't know. I don't know who's been telling you this, but somebody's been telling you you're wrong. So here it is.
I'm just going for what my parents and my aunts and uncles and grandmas.
Okay.
I just go with what they tell me.
Rain is often seen as a symbol of cleansing and renewal in many cultures. So what I read, it can wash away the old and provide a fresh, like a start, much like the beginning of a new marriage. So this metaphor with the rain coming down is like a new beginning. And also this is very interesting, in some agricultural societies, farming, rain has long been associated with fertility and abundance because it helps crops grow. So in some cultures that are heavy with farming, they believe that when it rains on your wedding day, that the marriage will be very fruitful and there will be lots and lots of kids because of it. So
wow, isn't that weird?
It is cool. It is. All right, let's talk about this. If I had a mirror, I would break it, but I don't have a mirror.
Well, I do want to see the stuff get married part. On the marriage. For me, I'm not married. So it would be bad luck if I put any kind of ring on my wedding ring.
Okay, you're getting way ahead of ourselves. We're going to take one by one because I didn't study that one. You're fired.
I didn't know what you studied or not studied. We saw that wedding. So that's
She's fired. She's fired. She's in timeout with Sean. Okay, let's talk about mirrors. You are convinced that if you break a mirror, so breaking a mirror brings 7 years bad luck. Do you believe in this?
Yes.
Oh, why? Okay, what's the deal? Who told you this? What happened?
My aunts and like I say, I was raised, but yeah, if you break a mirror, 7 years bad luck, definitely.
And you've had that happen before where you broke a mirror and you had 7 years?
I've had so many bad looks, not just the 7 years on the line. But anyway, I've always heard that. If you break a mirror, no.
Oh, come on. You guys actually believe this? Okay, so have you ever broken a mirror?
Me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you have 7 years bad luck because of it?
Well, I've had so many bad luck.
Oh, see, that's come on. No, you guys, come on. You guys can't. Are you guys really believing this?
Yes.
Well,
definitely.
For those of you who don't know, in ancient times, a little history, because I'm a history nerd, mirrors were considered tools of the gods, and breaking one was seen as an insult to them. So in ancient Rome, mirrors were once thought to be tools that reflected a person's soul. So breaking a mirror was believed to bring harm to one's soul and led to 7 years of bad luck, because 7 equals the years of completion. So there you go, guys. That's a little bit of a history behind where we get that from. All right. Now, Miss Wilma, no, I'm not going to do it now, but I had an umbrella and I opened it up multiple times right here. I did it live on the show. I did a video I put on TikTok, because opening an umbrella indoors is bad luck. Now, certainly you don't believe that.
Yes. I strongly believe in that opening up an umbrella, and like if you go in a store and if you how they're raised up, I do not walk under them. I walk around them. I will not walk under them in the store. And no, you don't raise an umbrella in the house.
There's people who
Now,
actually
I know
agree with
you-
this.
Yes.
Now, let me just say this. First of all, let me say this as well before we get into it, because I have a massive list. All right. So Miss Wilma, last week, was going on and on and on about superstitions. I was like, oh, we got to do a show on this. So she told me that when you go to a rocking chair and you sit and you get up, you got to make sure you stop the rocking chair from rocking. Otherwise, it's bad luck. She shouldn't have told me that. Then she told me that walking around, walking around your house with one shoe on and one shoe off is bad luck. She shouldn't have told me that either. And then she said that walking outside without any shoes when there's snow on the ground, oh, that's going to give you pneumonia. She shouldn't have told me that either. So I think there's one more. So I decided that when it snowed out there last week, I went right outside with no shoes on and I stood right out there in the snow because she was absolutely convinced that I was going to have pneumonia. Didn't have pneumonia. She then told me about the shoes. If you walk around the house with one shoe on, one shoe off, bad luck. Well, I decided to do it with both shoes, walked around, and still no bad luck. Then the rocking chair. I did that. Of course, I let that sucker rock, and it still rocked. And I walked away, and still nothing. I think there was one more, Miss Wilma, wasn't it?
I think that was it. When you step outside, keep your mouth closed because that cold air goes into your lungs.
Needless to say, I walked outside. I took the biggest breath I could possibly take, and I'm perfectly fine.
Did.
Now, so I want you to explain, Miss Wilma, if in fact, because you were absolutely convinced that these are the worst things you could possibly. There was one more thing that I did that really freaked you out. Of course, the umbrella too.
Yes.
But nothing has happened.
Nothing has happened. And I mean, that's good. It's nothing happened to you, but it still freaks me out. I guess because I've known it all my life. Okay.
By the way, the umbrella situation of having it indoors, it actually may have originated from Victorian England. When umbrellas were large, they were unwieldy, causing potential damage indoors. And also in ancient Egypt, umbrellas were used to protect against the sun god's wrath. So opening one indoors, it was seen as disrespectful to the gods and could bring bad luck. That's where this comes from. See, that's why it's important to tell people where these things come from. Okay, I will tell you this 100%. If there is a ladder right in front of me, I would walk underneath it, back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. I would do
No. Very bad.
I would do the whole show standing up, walk. If I had it, I would put one right here and I would walk under. So you're walking under a ladder is bad luck.
Yes, definitely.
And
Please don't do that.
And you believe this?
Yes. That's bad luck.
Do you have any?
Never walk under a ladder.
Do you have any story where someone walked underneath the ladder and it gave them bad luck? True stories.
I don't remember any.
Isn't that interesting?
But that is bad luck.
I mean,
you don't walk under, because none of us really did. We knew not to.
Well, I mean, considering you're 100 years old, you certainly had to have somebody. I mean, that's a long life.
No. Okay. Yes, in 70 years of my life, I have been told never walk under a ladder. Yes. But nobody did it because we grew up not to do it.
I wish I had if I had a big ladder, I would put that sucker up right now. Okay.
Oh, my stars.
By the way, for those of you who don't know,
I know you would.
I would. This superstition, walking under a ladder is bad luck. Let me tell you what it's from. It stems from medieval times when a ladder that was leaning against a wall formed a triangle with the ground, symbolizing the Holy Trinity. So walking through it was considered blasphemous. That's where it started. Interesting. Now, I know for a fact Miss Wilma loves when black cats cross your path. She loves it so much. It just makes her so excited. You don't believe that black cats crossing your path brings you bad luck. You certainly don't believe that.
Yes. Now, that has happened to me Okay, now I know I'm clumsy, but a black cat went in front of me, and I had three bad lucks in one day.
Uh-huh.
One day, and it was that black cat's fault. Definitely, that black cat ran in front of me. Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. And when I was little, I never played.
Sure.
You're drinking. I never even played with black cats because I'm like, no. It's bad luck.
Oh, come on. Because a black cat crossed your path?
Yes. Now, a friend of mine's dad, when he was driving, that if a black cat ran across the road, he would look in the mirror, make sure nobody's coming. He stopped the car. He would back up the car, turn it going a different way. He wouldn't even drive over that way, over that black cat's. No, he would not do that.
No way. So he wouldn't even consider it, huh?
No, my friend's dad was very bad about that.
All right. Well, here's the story about that. For those of you who don't know about the black cats crossing your path, thank you there, neighbors. The black cats crossing your path brings you bad luck. Let me tell you why. See, in the Middle Ages, black cats, they were associated with witches and evil spirits. So the belief was reinforced during the Salem witch trials. And the superstition of a black cat crossing your path likely originated in medieval Europe, where black cats were associated with witches, evil spirits. It was also believed that if a black cat crossed your path, it was a sign of impending misfortune. So really bad. It's kind of stupid, too, because back in the day, they associated cats with witchcraft. And when they had the horrible plague, that was because of rat droppings. So the Einsteins thought, well, we got to get rid of the cats because the cats associate with witches. And so immediately they got rid of all the cats, and the cats were in severe, really, there was such a shortage, and the Einsteins didn't figure out, well, hey, they're great knucklehead. You just got rid of the one predator that could actually remove the mouse from droppings. But no, they didn't do that. They actually got rid of the cats because of witchcraft. See, this is what I'm talking about. It's that type of. So the superstitions, Miss Wilma. See, I want you to listen to it. The superstitions that people believed in actually caused the Black Plague to get worse because they got rid of cats. They allowed mice is okay. Come on in, mice. Sure, just go ahead and poop everywhere. That's great. No, that's great. That's okay because you see, this is what I'm talking about. That's kind of cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. All right.
It's bad.
Oh, I'm sure it is. So it's getting a black. Okay. So, have you ever heard of breaking a wishbone brings good luck?
Yes. You take two people, get to hold that wishbone, and whoever gets the biggest one makes a wish, and you have good luck.
It's fascinating that you really believe in this kind of stuff when
we did it.
You did it?
We're little. We always got that. We got to hold that little sucker, and we broke it. And the one's got the longest one. See, there's always a long one when you pull on a wishbone, and when you pull on it, it's a long one. And
okay, let me explain this to folks.
Okay, you blew me, but yeah, you're always true.
Oh yeah, I'm blue. Okay, so folks, for those of you who don't know, the superstition actually dates back to the ancient Romans who believed that breaking a wishbone could bring you good fortune. See, breaking a wishbone and making a wish, it may have originated from the ancient Etruscans who believed that chickens were oracles. See, by breaking the wishbone, one could access the chicken's prophetic powers. And two people obviously get to the end of the chicken bone. The one with the biggest bone gets the good luck, and the one with the smallest bone gets the bad luck. So it actually started with people who actually believed that chickens were powerful.
We did it all the time. We broke those little bones all the time, little wishbones.
That chickens had prophetic powers. Chickens. They just balk all day long. They just balk. Well, all right. Anyway, they're great on KFC. Okay. So, by the way, I don't have, this is not really wood, but now, if I had Kylie and Fuzzy here, who are my little fur babies, they'd be like having seizures right now because they'd be screaming and hooping and hollering because they think but knocking on wood allegedly brings good luck. Now, you definitely don't believe that.
Yes. You always, if you say something and you say, oh, knock on wood, I still do it today. I still knock on wood. If I say something, say, oh, knock on wood. Mm-hmm. It's very good luck.
Do you know where that came from?
No.
Now, so if I tell you
where any of this comes from.
If I told you where that came from, would you stop believing it?
I don't know where it came from.
So this is where it came from.
Okay.
It originated from pagan beliefs. Pagans believe in multiple gods, more than one god. They believe in pagan beliefs that spirits lives in trees. And when you knock on wood was a way to call upon these spirits for protection.
Really?
Yes, really. That's where it came from.
Okay. Well, you knock on wood. Knock on wood.
So you're calling upon you realize you're calling upon spirits to protect you.
Well, you told me that about Ouija boards too. We used to play Ouija boards all the time.
Ouija boards are very bad, but that's not superstition. That's legit.
You're right.
But knocking on wood is to bring up spirits to help protect you.
See, I always heard it's good luck. You knock on wood. It's always there's good luck.
Now, do you know, today I went to the post office and I looked at every single crack on that concrete, on the pathway. And you know what I said? And I know what the saying is. It says, step on a crack, break your mother's back. But, you know, I purposely, everybody probably thought I needed help or probably was drinking Miss Wilma's moonshine. I said, step on a crack, break Wilma's back. And I jumped on every single crack.
That's why I'm hurting now. My back.
That's called gas. No. That's called gas. That's exactly what that is. So
that comes true. When I was little, I always thought, always heard that. Step on a crack, you're going to break your mom's back. Well, when I was little, I did. I stepped on the crack. When we came home, because we used to walk downtown a lot, I came home and Mom was actually saying her back was hurting. So I hurt my mom's back, and I believe that.
You believe because you stepped on a crack.
I hurt my mom's back. Yes, I did. And I never stepped on a crack after that.
And isn't it interesting now you're saying your back but you weren't talking at all. I talked to you earlier right before we went on air, and you were saying nothing about your back hurting. I'm telling you, it is gas. Just, you know what? It's
nothing. Back's been hurting for too much.
Oh, well, I mean, that's what happens when you try to do the Miss Wilma loves. What is that with that? That dance movie you love with what's his name that passed away?
Musical?
No, not that. The other one, he was him and this one woman. They were dance. I had the time of my life, or whatever it's called. I forgot what it's called. Does anybody want to? The name? No, Magic Mike. No. Patrick Swayze. He was in it. And that I had the time of my life. Dirty Dancing. So let me tell you, when Miss Wilma, and this is, guys, I'm not kidding you, when Miss Wilma goes on to Walmart, she 100%, I've seen her do it, and don't act like you don't. Excuse me?
Whatever you like to say, I don't do anything.
She does her mating call. And then what happens is she will absolutely do the scene from Dirty Dancing with her Walmart boyfriends, and it works every time.
I was able to get rid of my little walker and RC.
Or, by the way, for those of you who don't know, step on a crack and break your mama's back. Well, actually, the superstition likely originated as a warning to children to be careful to avoid accidents. See, European and early American folk. The tales, they spread the notion that empty spaces and cracks, like whether in sidewalks or floors or even in walls, they were actually connections from earth to the spirit world, and messing with them in any way would cause trouble and misfortune. So that eventually gave away to the popular nursery rhyme, step on a crack, break your mama's back. And that's actually why it started. Okay. Now, one thing that I don't have, and I don't understand them. It's just it's nasty, nasty. I don't know why anybody would carry around with a rabbit's foot.
I do.
Why am I? You know what? And that's what we're supposed to do, right there.
It's good luck to carry a rabbit's foot with you. Yes. It's very good luck to carry a rabbit's foot.
A rabbit foot? Why?
Yes. Some chain.
Some who?
It's a little chain, keychain.
I know.
Rabbit foot.
I've seen them before. It is nasty. I mean, it's a dead foot. It's a foot from a dead animal that you're walking around. Well, I tell you what. Let me tell you.
It's good luck to carry a 4-leaf clover, too.
We're not right there. We're still talking about the dead foot that's hanging around. I mean, this is a Jeffrey Dahmer thing going on here. I mean, you're walking around with a dead animal's foot in your pocket and thinking, "Oh boy, I'm gonna get a date tonight." I tell you what. Well, it actually has worked because Miss Wilma, she carries around the rabbit's foot, and those Walmart men, they are asking her all the time, "Hey, honey."
Oh my God.
That's true. They will ask you, "Come on over and I'll buy you a TV dinner." They actually said that. To Miss Winter. Okay.
They actually did, the twin brothers, yes.
By the way, for those of you who don't know where that came from, it actually dates back to ancient Celtic tribes who believed in the luck of various animal parts, including rabbit feet. Because some say the belief that carrying a rabbit's foot brings good luck may have originated even from some early African American folklore, where it was believed that the foot of a rabbit was a powerful charm against evil spirits. So who knew? Now, another one, I love horses. I'm in Kentucky. I love
horses.
And I got to see, and let me tell you something, guys, if you've never, it was amazing. I got to see American Pharoah. American Pharoah won the Triple Crown when we had not had a Triple Crown winner in years and years and years and years. Unbelievable, majestic horse. Now, a horseshoe allegedly brings good luck.
I have one.
Of course you do. I mean, of course you have a horseshoe. You believe that these? Oh, come on, guys! You don't believe that?
Yes, a horseshoe. Yes, I have one. It's a real horseshoe. Yes,
I believe it's a real. No, I believe you. Believe me, I believe you. But honestly,
but you gotta have it up.
Wait, you actually have? Whoa, Bill, come on, Mom. Bill is one of the moderators, a great friend of the. You have one hanging above your door?
There you go, Bill. All right, Bill. Good job. But keep it up, though. Don't have it down. It's bad luck if you keep it down, okay? But it's good luck if you make sure your horseshoe's up. Because it's bad luck if you have it down, okay?
I've got a drink. I'm sorry. In order to get through this show, I'm sorry.
But yeah, make sure you have that up.
Well,
not down.
Well, let me tell you why. A little bit of history for this, because I'm a history nerd. And by the way, there are so many guys. Tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're going to continue this conversation. So we'll talk some more. So we're not finished yet, but just letting you guys know, because we had so many. We're gonna definitely go tomorrow at 8 p.m. Okay, here's what our iron horseshoes were believed to ward off evil spirits and protect against witches. Yeah. Anyway, hanging them with the open end up was thought to catch and hold good luck. And hanging a horseshoe above a door for luck may have originated from European folklore. It was believed that horseshoes, it could ward off evil spirits and bring good fortune. I swear if I had one, I'd put it upside down. Anyway, horseshoes are considered symbols of good luck because of a Christian story about the 10th century Saint Dunstan. So here's what happened. This was 10th century. This is a long time ago. He was a blacksmith, and he was approached by the devil in disguise to put shoes on his horse. But Dunstan saw through the disguise and put the shoes on the devil's feet instead. Anyway, Dunstan agreed to remove the shoes only if the devil agreed never to try and enter a home with a horseshoe hanging on its door. So it's customary to hang your horseshoe with 7 nails, but there is some debate over whether they should be hung with the ends pointing up so that the shoe catches luck, or down so that the shoe pours luck onto everyone who passes through the doorway. See, Miss Wilma?
Yeah. I'm still laughing at you because you don't believe it, Dad.
Not at all. Okay, and let's talk about this. I know that one day you love is Friday the 13th.
Oh, no. Friday the 13th is out. No. Bad luck. I stay home. I actually canceled doctors on Friday the 13th.
Yeah, the studio audience didn't like that, Miss Wilma. Not at all.
I heard the studio audience, but yeah, if I have a doctor's appointment, no. I will not go out on Friday 13th.
Oh, come on, guys. Come on. Now, seriously, none of you can believe that. So, okay.
Bad luck.
No, there are several people who are saying, though, Friday the 13th is a good day for them.
Oh.
Well, did you know why it was bad?
You know what?
Well, I'm glad you asked. Actually, there are several.
No.
There are several reasons. Technically, the superstition has roots in Christianity, where 13 guests of the Last Supper led to the crucifixion of Christ on Friday. See, the stigma attached to Friday the 13th is widely believed to have biblical roots. The number 12 is seen in many cultures as sort of like a perfect number, and adding one more throws things off a bit. And according to Scripture, Judas was the 13th guest to arrive at the Last Supper, and Friday was widely believed to be the day where Jesus was crucified. And now, similarly, in Norse mythology, Loki was the 13th guest to arrive at a dinner for the gods in Valhalla and wreaked havoc on the whole event. So the Friday superstition also has its origins in U.S., where in the 19th century, all people who were unalive took place on Friday. And of course, also there was the huge, the Templars, but that's another day that we can talk about on the future. So there's a lot of bad things that have happened on Friday the 13th, but I'm sure there's good things that happen too. Too bad today's not the 13th. Okay. Miss Wilma, do you like spiders?
No.
Well, Miss Superstition Lady herself, did you know spiders in many cultures bring good luck?
I never heard that one.
Well, let me tell you why. In many cultures, spiders are seen as omens of good fortune, and may have originated from their role in controlling insect populations. So in many cultures, spiders are seen as omens of good, especially on wedding dresses. If you have a spider, in England, if you have a spider on your wedding dress, that's considered good luck. And it may have originated from the role in controlling insect populations, but that's where that comes from. So there we go.
It's going to be good luck for me, because when I step on it, it'll be dead. It won't bite me.
No, and then you'll have bad luck. There you go. Now, if I had a door right here, I would open it up. I'd put a bird feeder right in front of it and have the birds fly all in my house right here.
No, please don't. No. No birds in the house. No, please, no birds come in the house. That's bad.
Well, according to this superstition, a bird flying into your house is a bad omen. Now, you're telling me you truly believe this?
Yes. Okay. My mom, when I was little, when my grandpa died, well, before he died, I'm sorry, a bird flew in the house. You know, a wild bird. It flew in the house.
So you're wait. You're not talking about having, like parrots or anything like. You're talking about a wild bird just flying in your house.
Yeah, a wild bird. Yeah, outside birds.
Okay.
A bird flew in the house.
Yep.
And it wasn't long after that Grandpa passed away. Mom strongly believed that's why Grandpa died.
Well, how old was your grandpa?
Oh, I don't remember.
If he was an old man, he probably passed away of old age.
Well, yeah, but she strongly. Oh, yeah, she talked about that.
Yeah, post hoc ergo propter hoc, false calls. And that's what that means, my friends, false calls. So just because a bird flew in the house doesn't mean that's what caused the death of your uncle, you say?
Grandpa.
Oh, grandpa, your grandpa. I mean, he's probably old. All right. Well, anyway, a bird flying into your house is a bad omen, allegedly. In many cultures, birds are seen as messengers of the gods. And a bird flying into the house was thought to bring a message of death. So many cultures believe that if a bird entering a house, it's a bad omen. That's going to signify that someone is going to pass away. It may have originated from the idea that birds carry the souls of the deceased. That's kind of crazy. That's cray-cray. Now, do you have a four-leaf clover? Because you had mentioned that earlier.
No, they're hard to find.
All right. Well,
and when you do find them, they won't keep very long.
Well, can they be fake? A fake four-leaf clover?
No. It has to be real.
I mean, this is just so all these. Here it is. You all these rules and regulations for things that don't even exist.
Rules and regulations.
I mean, that's it. Really, seriously. They don't even all these. They don't exist. So why have all these rules and regulations for them? Anyway,
they exist.
Carrying a four-leaf clover allegedly brings good luck. Well, you might think about the myth of the four-leaf clover has its origins in Celtic origins, but you would be wrong. See, the hype around shamrock started with Adam and Eve, when Eve took a four-leaf clover from the Garden of Eden as a souvenir from the beautiful paradise they were leaving behind when they were exiled, according to tradition. Other cultures, including the ancient Egyptians and, yes, the Druid priests of Ireland, who believed that clovers had healing properties, could ward off evil. It's estimated that the chances of finding a four-leaf clover is 1 in 10,000. So, not too bad. Okay, now, Miss Wilma, for good luck, have you ever crossed your fingers?
All the time.
And you believe this? Yes.
Yes.
And are you telling me that it happened?
I do that all the time.
And are you telling me that it happened?
Yes.
Okay.
That's happened several times.
Hold on. I got my fingers. I hope that I win the multi-million-dollar lottery within a week. I mean, millions and millions, not this $20 million. Not that one. It's not $20 million. That's pretty, but millions and millions of dollars. Now, folks, if this works, I swear I'm going to say, I will now agree that superstitions work. So I hope that I win the multi-million-dollar lottery. And I'm going to play it, by the way. I'm going to play within 2 weeks. There we go. Now you watch what happens. I ain't going to win a lottery. That's exactly what's going to happen. Now you watch. Okay. Obviously, this originated from early Christianity, where two people would cross fingers to form the shape of a cross for protection. And so that's really where that came from. So there we go, guys. And believe me, if I win the multi-million-dollar lottery, I'm gonna give you y'all. We're gonna have a good time. I'm gonna pass out some gifts. Okay, Miss Wilma, I know you believe this. An itchy left.
Believe in all of them.
I know. An itchy left palm means what?
If your left hand itches, you're going to get money.
Now, no. We're not talking about the right hand. Just one hand at a hand at a time. So you're telling me
left?
Yes.
Left hand itches, you're getting money.
Now, has your hand ever itched?
Yes, and I did get money.
Okay.
That came true.
This is my left hand. Man, it's itched. Oh my gosh, this is really.
No. You can't pretend now. No. You can't pretend that.
Well, how do you know that my left palm is not? Boy, it's gotta
really be itchy.
It's itchy. I mean, it's itchy.
Itchy.
Man. It is really itchy. Hey, who knows? I did this and I scratched my left palm. Maybe I'll win that lottery after all, right? Right. I'm just saying. By the way, for those of you who don't know, superstition likely originated from the idea that when your left palm itches, you'll have money. It originated from the belief that rubbing an itchy palm on wood could bring financial success, because obviously back then they would find a tree or something and scratch, and they would ask the gods to bless them. So that's really where that came from. All right. Now, I know that when you were kissy suck facing with your boyfriends at Walmart,
I
know Miss Wilma. Let me tell you something. She was a hottie patootie. Let me tell you, she liked the boys. when she was a kid,
no.
she would bat her eyes.
I
Oh,
did not.
oh, these books are so heavy. Oh,
I
they're
did
so,
not.
and then
They offered to carry them for me.
and then and there was a line of yeah. Oh, look, can I carry your books? Oh, you're so here. Here you go.
Just want to.
Oh, let's go to my locker so I can give you some more. I'll hear some more. I'll hear some more.
Oh, my son.
She had it planned out. All right. Now, I know because you told me a story about this. Seeing a shooting star grants a wish.
And it comes true. Yes.
So tell me a time when you actually saw a shooting star and it came true.
Okay. Yeah, I used to like to sit out, watch the stars. Well, it came true. Well, I wished that one of the guys that I liked, his name's Jerry.
Excuse me. Wait. Let me just do something here. Hold on. You're telling me that you saw a shooting star.
Yes.
And okay. All right. So let me just find something here because we have to have proper sound.
Oh no.
What? There's nothing wrong with this. I mean, there's hold on. I'll just hold on. I can't knock it. You're lucky I can't find it. So okay. Well, we'll just okay. Go ahead and tell a story. That was your That's the kind of music that I think of when Wilma's telling me that she's about to kissy suck face somebody. Okay, so all right. So tell us.
Okay, when I saw it, I made a wish that Jerry would kiss me. Well, the next day at school, all them days that went to school, he never taught kids.
By the way, Jerry is the sheep.
The next day I went to school, he kissed me.
Jerry was the sheep of the sheep of the neighborhood.
Jerry was one of the guys that I liked, yes, and I made a wish, and yes, and it came true. Yeah. And the next day he did kiss me.
Yeah, he was the neighborhood sheep. Okay.
I believe in this. Oh, yeah.
That's exactly what it was. Happy birthday to Wilma. All right. So, likely originated from the ancient Greek and Romans belief that shooting stars were signs from the gods and could grant wishes. There we go. Okay. Have you ever broken egg with two yolks?
Yes.
Of course you did. Did it give you good luck?
Yes.
No, of course it did. Tell us a story.
Actually, I forgot about that because there's so many of them. Yeah, when I broke the egg, it had two yolks in it. Yes. My boyfriend came to see me. One of the guys. One of the guys.
It's a family-friendly show.
Later that night.
This is a family-friendly show. A family-friendly show, Miss Wilma.
I didn't say that we were kids.
I do apologize. It's a family-friendly show.
He just came to see me. We were kids. Oh, stars.
I told you guys, she's a dirty bird. All right, so.
I'm not a dirty bird.
So, all right. So, in fact,
I forgot all about that.
Well, in many cultures, yes, double yolks were seen as a sign of fertility and good fortune. So there we go. So now you got to kiss the little sheep, and then some person came to visit you at night. Okay. So
yes.
Okay, now one thing that I love doing when I come in from a walk and I'm really exercising, I always like to wear a baseball cap. Well, thank you. I always like to wear a baseball cap. It just with my headset, just kind of focus. And I love putting a hat right on my bed, right there on that bed, right there by God.
You didn't. Oh no, that's bad luck. No. You never put a hat on the bed. No. It's bad luck.
Well, I mean, you're putting your sheep on the bed, so what difference does it? What's a hat going to do?
No sheep on no bed.
All right, so so wait a minute. What? This can't be real.
What?
You're telling me that putting a hat on a bed is bad luck?
Yes.
Oh, please tell me. You got to tell us a story. Yeah, tell us a story about.
There's no story. It's just bad luck.
Well, do you know what happened?
What?
Well, Miss Wilma's Jerry came over and put a hat on the bed, and he said, "I'm done. I'm leaving. Goodbye. I'm done because you got a sheep in here. I ain't gonna give you kissies." And he could put his hat and went out. Superstition dates back to ancient times when hats were believed to contain the essence of a person's soul. So placing a hat on bed was seen as inviting bad luck or even death. The superstition is believed to have originated in ancient Egypt, where a hat placed on a bed was seen as a symbol of death or bad luck. It resembled the headdresses worn by pharaohs in the tombs. So never put a hat on the bed because it could bring death. By the way, one theory is that putting a hat on your bed is too similar to the old practice of putting a dead person's hat on their coffin, and in doing so would bring death to your home. That's one theory. Another one is that people used to think that the evil spirits lived in their hair. And so therefore the hats sometimes the hairs get mingled with the hats, presumably because of the phenomena we now know as static electricity. That's why they believe that spirits existed in people's hair because of static electricity, because they didn't know what static electricity was back then. And then those spirits would transfer to the bed if you put your hat on it. It's also possible that the whole superstition came about to prevent the spread of lice. So there we go.
I do want to say one thing. That I love all of you, and if anything happens, and if I die, it's Bishop Long's fault.
Wait a minute.
So if anything happens, I do want to let y'all know that I do love all of you, and it's Bishop Long's fault if something happens to me.
If you pass away, it's because you're 100 years old. I mean, well, don't blame that on me. Man.
Giving everybody heads up.
In that case, I'm gonna come over and put 15 hats on your bed. That's what I'm gonna. Wow. Absolutely. I'm gonna put the whole entire. Send me all your hats. We'll put them all on the bed right there. Right there. Oh, well, thank you. I'm gonna get another drink. Appreciate that. That's a good idea.
No.
All right, and we're gonna close it out. And guess what?
Do what?
When I walked today to the post office, you know what I did? After, of course,
one shoe on, one shoe off.
No. After I jumped on every crack to break Wilma's back. After I did that, and people looked at me like I was special, I decided I found a penny, and you know what? It was tails up, and I thought, well, I'm going to pick that sucker up, and I picked that up, and I put it right in my pocket, and I have all good luck now.
Oh, Bishop Long, you got to throw that penny away. Take it back out of your pocket.
I will not, rude.
If you see a penny on the tail, that's bad luck.
You just want my penny. That's all that is. You just want my penny, Leah. What's wrong with the hell?
Bishop Long, listen to me very carefully. Okay, if you have that penny in your pocket, please take it out.
Yeah.
And do something with it. But no, don't carry that around. You picked it up by the tail. But if you picked it up by the head, it's good luck.
So here's what I'm going to do then. So I'm going to come over to your house with my hat, put my hat on your bed, and put the penny with the tails up on your bed. The same penny.
I'll be somewhere that day.
So really? So you believe, okay, so you truly, honestly, you believe this. But see,
yes.
But you believe it, but nothing ever happened to where you picked up a penny with its tails up and you put it in your pocket and nothing bad happened.
I never did pick them up. I left it lay.
Okay, I've got to ask you guys. So I have to ask you in the chat, have you ever picked up a penny? Yeah, pennies are no longer being minted, but have you ever picked up a penny where the tail was up and you picked it up and nothing happened? Nothing at all. I have. I've done it plenty of times.
Really?
Yes, it's a penny. I mean, not that I was looking hard up for a penny, but it was like, well, there's a penny.
But yeah, I never picked them up. I just I let them lay.
Well, for those of you who don't,
you know what I did? I rolled it over on the head and then let somebody else come along, pick it up, and give them good luck.
Well, that's cheater, pumpkin eater. You can't do that. That is a cheater, pumpkin eater thing kind of thing.
Somebody else would find it. see, that would give them the good luck. But I turned it over, and that's what I always
Well,
did.
for those of you who don't,
and I'll still do it.
I'm sure. So for those, the superstition may have originated from ancient beliefs that metal, particularly copper, they had protective properties from evil, so it kept evil away. The belief that finding a penny heads up brings good luck may have originated from the ancient practice of placing coins on the eyes of the deceased, with the heads always facing up. It's a form of payment to the ferrymen to cross to the river Styx into the afterlife. That's why. So if you had the pennies facing down on the person who'd passed away and you put them on the eyes, then the ferryman would not take that money and they wouldn't cross the person over into the afterlife. That's pretty cool stuff, isn't it? That's pretty cool stuff. Yeah. Now, Miss Wilma.
Yes.
Have you ever sneezed, or has someone ever sneezed in front of you and you said immediately, "God bless you"?
Oh, yes.
Now, besides just being a polite way of doing that, is there a reason why you'd believe this?
It was good, polite. I never did know that it was a good luck or a bad luck thing. I never heard about this one.
Well, actually,
sneezing.
Yeah. Well, the custom originated from the belief that sneezing expels, it pushes away evil spirits from the body. So when people say "God bless you," that was to protect the sneezer from these spirits coming back. So that is a way. That's one of the reasons why we say "God bless you" after. Yeah, that's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yes, that is.
And we'll do one more. Groundhog Day. Now you don't believe in that superstition that some stupid rat comes out of its hole and says,
No, now that I don't believe in. Now that I don't.
Now there are some people that are really. Matter of fact, that little rat rodent, he did come out of its hole, and he did say 6 more weeks of winter, and we're having 6 more weeks of winter. That's pretty interesting. But
I don't know why all these superstitions I believe in, but I don't know why, but I never believed in the groundhog. I don't know why.
Well, for those of you who don't know, animals predicting the weather was adapted from German culture, where settlers arrived in the United States and chose Pennsylvania as their home. So the old Candlemas Day tradition in Germany involved members of the clergy distributing blessed candles, which were used to determine how long the winter weather would last. And animals were also observed to see how long their hibernation periods lasted. And Germans closely tracked badgers and found groundhogs to be the next best thing. So now you believe, and we'll stop there, but you believe in animals being able to predict the weather, but they can't do that anymore now because it's just so unpredictable. Don't you think?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Well, Miss Wilma, I want to thank you for your willingness to jump on with us and chat with us about some of the superstitions.
I'm glad I did get to come on tonight and be with everybody.
Yep. And we're going to,
I had a good time with everybody.
And we're going to be here tomorrow at 8 p.m. I'm not leaving because I have until 9 o'clock, but Miss Wilma's going to jump off. So we have until, so tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Judy Ann is going to join us. Miss Wilma's going to join us. And then afterwards, later around 9 p.m. or so, 9:15, we'll bring the moderators up. And then on TikTok, and we'll have, maybe if you want to continue the conversation, because there's a lot more that we did not get to. So, Miss Wilma, I want to thank you so much for your willingness to join us tonight and share some of your infinite wisdom. And we certainly appreciate that, Miss Wilma. So thank you.
Well, you're welcome. And I hope everyone has a great night. I do love all of you, and God bless.
All right, Miss Wilma, thank you.
Night, Bishop Long. Night, everybody. Bye-bye.
All right, everybody. There we go. That was Miss Wilma. I think she was raised in a barn. Okay, so that was Miss Wilma. We appreciate her joining us tonight and talking about superstitions. And like I said, there are so many that we did not get to. I'm going to talk a little bit about urban legends. Just a little bit. I want to do another show on that because I've updated the list. And these urban legends are very cool. Maybe just 1 or 2 urban legends, because then I want to do a show on that again, because there are people who absolutely are 100% convinced that urban legends exist. I'm curious. Let's do a very quick little poll here on TikTok, and then if you guys on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, well, we're not on Twitch, but Instagram, whatever, you guys on this computer here. If you believe in urban legends, put a 1 in the chat. If you don't, put 2. And if we can put some type of poll, do you believe in urban legends? So let's do TikTok. We're going to do a poll. Hold on, everybody. Hold on. The one or two. No, guys. On TikTok, the one or two was for these guys here. I run the show on two different computers, so we can't put a poll up here. So for those of you on Facebook and YouTube and KGRADB Radio and Twitter, if you believe in urban legends, put 1. If you don't, put 2. For you guys, there we go. Now we have a poll right there. At least on my screen, it's right there. There's the poll. So do me a favor, if you would, vote in the poll and let us know if you believe in urban legends. Urban legends are pretty cool. I mean, they're somewhat freaky. So we'll see how that going. By the way, urban legends. Let's go into some of the scariest urban legends. Oh, it says superstitions. I don't know what number it is. I didn't put the poll together. Okay, well, it says superstition, so you guys know what it means, urban legends. Okay. So many people say on this chat 1, 71 votes. So it says superstitions. So let's do one more vote. Let's fix that. And let's change it to urban legends because I really want to get a valid. So let's do one more poll if we can. Urban legends. Do you believe in urban legends for TikTok? Most people say yes on the other social media platforms. But I want to talk, while you guys are doing that, I want to talk about this really cool article that I found regarding urban legends. So Alaska, one of the biggest urban legends in Alaska is the Alaskan Triangle. There you go. There's another poll right there, a new poll right there for you guys. Encompassing an area ranging, near Juneau in the southeast, to the northern Barrow region, to the western metropolis to Anchorage. Here's the problem. Let me just say this before the problem with the urban legends, or I should say with the Alaska Triangle, is this. It is so huge. It's massive. So of course, they're going to say if anything in the world, it's just so, you know what I mean? It takes up the whole entire darn state. Wow. All these people believe in urban legends? 84% on TikTok says yes, they believe in urban legends. And 16% said no. Wow. Now that's impressive. I didn't know it was that massive. I think urban legends are fun. Do I necessarily believe in them? I think maybe there are some stories that have maybe legend folklore to it. But would I say, yeah, absolutely, I'm all about, I believe this? No, I'm just not a big believer in that type of stuff. I don't know. Maybe I like to debunk everything. If I can't explain it, I want to debunk it. And so the one about the Alaskan Triangle, everybody pretty much knows. But it's it takes up most of the darn state. And so if somebody goes missing, or if a plane goes missing, or a boat goes missing in Alaska, they always say, it's the Alaskan Triangle. Well, if you put the triangle to pretty much the whole entire state of Alaska, then yeah, any bad thing, you could say it's because of the Alaska Triangle. And that is true. So the Alaskan Triangle, it's encompassing an area ranging from near Juneau to the southeast, to the northern Barrow region, all the way up to the western metropolis of Anchorage. So like I said, it's practically the whole entire state. Alaska's answer to the Bermuda Triangle is comprised some of the most barren wilderness in the U.S., and it apparently craves souls. Anyway, more than 20,000 people have gone missing without a trace in the area during the past half century alone. Are they being consumed by mythological beings? Yeah. Or lost on extreme hikes? Yes. Or simply vanishing into a dark vortex? No. Nobody knows. Well, we pretty much know, though it's not for lack of trying. So when the government lost House Majority Leader Hale Boggs Cessna to the Triangle in 1972. Okay, first of all, you're flying a Cessna. Okay, Cessnas are great little planes, but Alaska is notorious for very precarious weather. And it's even unpredictable. So flying a Cessna over Alaska has its dangers, especially if you're flying in an area that perhaps maybe you're not completely familiar with the terrain, because it's also very cloudy. And when you're flying a Cessna, it's quite easy for a cloud to cover a particular mountain, and then all of a sudden, see, that's what I mean. So anyway, Hale Boggs Cessna, in the Alaskan Triangle, 1972, a massive search turned up tons of conspiracy theories, but nothing else. The area has been associated with evil spirits, Bigfoots, not the Loch Ness Monster, other little, even demons, trickster demons, for luring people to an icy death. And others believe that area exists amid electromagnetically influenced vile vortex. Still others think it's a Darwinian result of explorers taking on nature. Regardless, the area continues to claim people that underneath the massive blanket of snow and rock likely lies one of the largest and best preserved mass graves in the world. And this is what look, here's the deal when it comes to the Alaskan Triangle. I just don't believe it. I just don't. Again, I'm skeptic by nature, but that would be like putting a massive triangle over the United States and saying, well, now it's the United States Triangle. I mean, when you have a state that is heavily wooded, I mean, really heavily wooded, and it's populated by some pretty dangerous, scary, some wild animals, and the terrain is not the greatest. So if you're out hiking, number one, it's wet. And if you don't know the terrain very well, you could easily fall. And if you don't know the animal and the world and that kingdom over there, and you have nothing but a little mace, well, come on. So I don't know. We'll have that conversation when I do a presentation on urban legends. I might do that next week because I absolutely love urban legends. And let's do that show next week. So, Mr. Producer, we're going to do urban legends, and maybe I'll bring somebody up, maybe an expert on urban legends. I don't know anybody who is an expert on urban legends, but maybe. TK Randall writes this: I saw this video. This was unnerving. Okay, let me tell you this story. A creepy, synthetic human protocol, or prototype should be, is another step toward the T-800. Guys, if you have not seen this, you need to look. This honestly, this was creepy. This was truly creepy. And for those of you who have no idea what I'm talking about, it is a proto-clone. There's a creepy synthetic proto-clone. It's another step toward the T-800. And this is by TK Randall. When I saw this video, I thought, I don't like this. A company in Poland has created a humanoid robot with life-like synthetic muscles and translucent skin. In Terminator movies, Arnold Schwarzenegger T-800 is comprised of a solid metal endoskeleton surrounded by living tissue, giving him the appearance of a normal human. Well, now a Polish startup Clone Robotics has come up with a prototype for a new type of robot that could easily be imagined as a stepping stone towards something very similar to the T-800. Known as proto-clone, the robot has been seen described as synthetic human that has a body that looks a lot like an actual human flesh with synthetic skin and muscles that are eerily lifelike. Thank you. In recently released footage, the prototype can be seen suspended from an apparatus while its limbs flail and move around in just an uncomfortable, realistic manner. The fact that its head is just as black a visor and little else doesn't exactly help. So described by the firm as the world's first bipedal musculoskeletal android, proto-clone takes a different approach to most modern robots by trying to emulate the muscles, joints, and ligaments of an actual human body. The proto-clone is a faceless, anatomically accurate, synthetic human with over 200 degrees of freedom, over 1,000 myofibers, and over 200 sensors, the firm wrote. The current version is powered by pneumatics, but there are plans to switch this to hydraulics. If you haven't seen this, this is just really creepy because when I watch this, as a matter of fact, I'm watching it now. It says it's coming to life, basically, and it starts twitching. The leg starts twitching as if it's trying to get its feet on the ground. There's just something. You know what this reminds me of? Honest to God, it reminds me of Frankenstein. It truly does. If you have not checked this out, you need to. I wonder if, hold on, let me see. I won't be able to do this on, I might be able to download it and then upload it maybe and show you guys, but I won't be able to show, unfortunately, I won't be able to show you guys. But it's uncomfortable to watch. Let me see if I can do this real quick. And maybe I'll be able to show you on my iPhone. Maybe. Hold on. I'm going to see if I can download it for everybody, because I wasn't going to, because it's just like, ugh. All right. Convert, and we'll see what happens. Yeah, there was a television show. My brain is not, what was it? It was, Anthony Hopkins was in it. And they did some like, it was like a Western. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? It's a Western where you could go to and do terrible things, whatever you wanted to, act out your whatever craziness that you wanted to do. What was it called? Westworld. There you go. This reminds me of Westworld. If you've not seen Westworld, it was uncomfortable to watch. Let me see if I can do this, guys. Let me see if I can upload this on for those of you on Facebook and YouTube and KGRDB Radio. I'm not going to promise that I can, but I might be able to. Let's see if I can. So bear with me for a moment while and then I'm going to upload this and show you guys so that you guys can see it too on TikTok. But I don't know. There was just something eerie about it. Here it is. Yeah. So I'm going to show this in just a second. And then when I'm showing them, I'll show them. There we go. Here, guys, on those of you on KGRDB Radio, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Okay. So when I saw that, and I'm glad it worked, it just gave me a really uncomfortable feeling. And it kind of reminded me, honestly, of It did. It reminded me of Frankenstein. So the company, let me find the company. It's called Protoclone. Okay. So Protoclone. And it is a company that has this, and now who knows? I mean, the current version is powered by, let's see, blah, blah, blah. We talked about that. Yeah, Protoclone. Trying to double check, make sure it just, So, okay, the new Polish startup, it's called Clone Robotics. That's the name of the company. It's a Polish company. It's a brand new company, Clone Robotics. And they have named this Protoclone. But I don't know, God. Yeah, when I saw that, I thought, boy, that is just creepy. That is just creepy. Yeah. Oh, yeah, let's open the chat for everybody because I've had sub chat off for everybody. So let's turn it on. Just be nice. Otherwise, I'll put sub chat again. So on TikTok, we'll put everybody can chat, but just be nice. Okay. But yeah, isn't it? This is a really interesting. I don't know if you guys have. So let's see. No, we're going to talk about this one tomorrow because that was an interesting thing. So for those of you who don't know, Trump's move to declassify UFO files, surprisingly, could you imagine, may expose decades long of cover-up. Okay, Thor, you've asked me that question, and I've answered your question before, and you continue to do it, so now you're spamming. So I don't think that's cool because we've been very, very kind to you, and because you kept asking that yesterday. Why do we pray to people? I answered that question several times for you. See, the thing is if you're going to ask people to respect you, then you need to give respect in return. Because it seems like you have a serious problem with my faith. And so, as I've been very respectful to you, you've not shown the same respect. So I'm going to answer it one more time. Okay. You know what goes against my Bible? People who judge. You're blocked. Goodbye. See, that's what I'm saying. And it does not. Actually, if you look in 2 Maccabees, it actually prays for the dead. Read it. It's in Scripture. And why we pray for people is the same manner that you ask people to pray for you, as you did the other day. See, this is what I'm talking about. That's why I always have sub chat only on TikTok, because TikTok is so full of trolls. I mean, it's an epidemic. It is an epidemic on TikTok. The trolling is just out of control on TikTok. So anyway, yeah, just knock it off. I mean, he asked that question so many times yesterday. I answered it. Then he started attacking Mary. It's like, you know what, dude, go away. Anyway, if I was rudely interrupted again by a troll, TK Randall writes this: Trump's move to declassify UFO files could expose decades of long cover-up. Yep. So former MOD, UFO investigator Nick Pope has commented on what might come to light in the near future. So with Trump's administration moving to declassify secretive files pertaining to a number of topics, including the UFO phenomenon, the question has been raised as to what exactly we are likely to discover with the coming months as long-held secrets are disclosed to the public. So according to Nick Pope, who once investigated UFOs for the UK's Ministry of Defense. Okay, so one thing we could see he says one thing we could see is the exposing of an extensive cover-up spanning several decades. He said the government for decades has investigated UFOs. I think it's undeniable that the government has looked at this for decades. He recently told Fox News Digital. A lot of people believe that there is a smoking gun somewhere in the files. It is a very widely held belief that elements in the U.S. intelligence community know that some of this extraterrestrial and have documents and files relating to this. I just believe there's something there. I do. I just believe there's something there. Yep. So I think there are too many people who are seeing these things. And I've talked about this before. There are pilots. There have been captains of 747s. There have been pilots, airline pilots, many airline pilots who have reported to the FAA that there are objects, metal objects flying around their plane and moving in very peculiar ways in which our aircraft can't do. There are military pilots who are reporting these as well. Look, when you have the most advanced technology in the world flying in the airspace, meaning our military equipment, and you have true Top Guns out there who are flying these suckers, they are the best of the best, the cream of the crop. When they are reporting seeing something that their F-16s can't catch up to, that now I'm very interested in that. I want to know what's going on. Because if you have the most advanced military equipment in the world cannot keep up with whatever flying object, it can't be a balloon, I'm sorry, but our most advanced flying object can catch up with a balloon. But there's something going on because there are pilots that are reporting seeing metal objects that are moving at extreme rapid speeds that our planes can't catch up to. Now, our computers can track them. And then people say, well, I don't believe in UFOs. Well, then explain that. Well, it's a drone. Really? If you don't think that okay, I don't even know how to respond to things like that. Come on. So, you know what? Here's what's interesting, though. There in Latin is argumentum ad ignorantium. So there is that is argument from ignorance. So what people will say is, I have never seen this, so therefore they don't exist. No. Now that's different than saying I've never seen one. Well, that's fair. You've never seen one. But if someone says they don't exist because I've never seen one, that's argumentum ad ignorantium. Just because you've never seen one, that doesn't mean they don't exist. Sorry for the negative, double negative, but you get the point. But there are people who have reported seeing these things, and I think there's something there. I really do. What that is, I don't know. But if our F-16 fighters, if the jets can't keep up, they can keep up with drones. But if they're not being able to keep up, and not only this, but these submersibles. Remember, we had the individual on, I forgot his name. We had a special guest on who he did a documentary on this. And these metal objects are flying everywhere, and then they're going into the water and coming back out. Now, last I checked, a drone, we don't have drones unless, I don't know there's any drones that will fly in the water and fly right back out. But something is odd that. So anyway, it continues on. He says, a Pope also remarked one of the questions of the UFOs pose a threat to national security. He says it's definitely a threat to, or potential threat, particularly because the pilots, the radar operators, the intelligence community personnel who looked at some of these cases consistently say that these things are displaying speeds, maneuvers, and accelerations that make the best of our aircraft look like kids' toys. Now, I want you to listen to this carefully. This is coming from Nick Pope. Nick Pope investigated UFOs, and remember, he was the UK's, United Kingdom's Minister of Defense. Well, he worked for. So he investigated UFOs for the UK's Ministry of Defense. So this is not just a person, who's at a local bar giving his personal opinion on it. This is a person who has investigated these things. And I'm going to say this a quote again. Again, this is from Nick Pope, who investigated UFOs for the UK's Ministry of Defense. And he said this, that these things that they're seeing, it's definitely a threat or a potential threat, particularly because the pilots, the radar operators, the intelligence community, the personnel who looked at some of these cases consistently say that these things, these UFOs, are displaying speeds, maneuvers, and accelerations that make the best of our aircraft look like kids' toys. That's profound. I mean, when you're comparing these UFOs to the best of our aircraft, and you're comparing the best of our aircraft to kids' toys compared to these UFOs, that's concerning to me. I mean, that's an eye-opener. He said, and he continues, so an adversary has made a quantum leap, in which case the United States needs to know about that and close the gap pretty darn quickly. Or he says, or there is something else in our skies. And I believe there's something else in our skies. So when you have, like I said, when you have someone who worked for the UK Ministry of Defense, and he investigated UFOs, and he compares our military equipment to kids' toys compared to these UFOs, that's a problem. That is a problem. Yeah, it's amazing. All right, I want to say this because it's already spreading, and I told you that it would, and it's going to continue to spread like wildfire. And here's why. Spreading fear will get you likes and followers, and you make money when people subscribe to your channel and they comment. And so now this is all over social media, and I knew it would be. I told you, asteroids. And now it's everywhere. So let me tell you the truth of what's going on with this asteroid that everybody wants to scare you with. I'm giving you heads up now because it's only going to get worse. This is from Isaac Schultz. NASA has made a big update to an asteroid potentially on a collision course with Earth in 2032. So 2024 YR4 turned heads when it became the most dangerously rated asteroid earlier. Now, the potentially hazardous asteroid that's listed as 2024 YR4 caused really concern over the last few weeks as its odds of hitting the Earth in 2032 dramatically rose. Now, those odds have plummeted to near zero. So for everybody who's spreading misinformation to scare people, NASA has now stated that the odds have plummeted to near zero. This was just released yesterday. So the astronomers' calculations of the asteroid's path have been updated to indicate that Earth is almost certainly not in the space rock's plans. So almost, and it's almost, according to NASA's Center for Near-Earth Object Studies, the asteroid's current chances of hitting the planet in 2032 is 0.28%. That's basically 1 in a 360 shot. It's a far cry from just earlier this week, when models had the asteroid impact probability of a staggering 3%. That means 1 in a 32 odds. So they're saying it is safe to say that we're out of the woods. But perhaps still in the backyard of uncertainty. And suffice it to say that the odds are not zero, but the sudden plummet for such a relatively high probability is a sigh of relief. So this is coming from NASA. Now you know, at one time it was 3%, and that was concerning. That was concerning. And by the way, the asteroid is, again, people spread this misinformation that this asteroid is going to end civilization as we know it. No, it's not. It was not the size of the asteroid that ended the dinosaurs. It is not a gigantic asteroid, regardless of what the space nerds think. I'm a space nerd. I went to space camp when I was a kid. I proudly placed the space nerd lapel pen on my lapel. Okay, I mean, you go to space camp as a kid, you're pretty much a space nerd. Oh, come on, I accept it. I love space camp, by the way. Yeah, spacesuit is pretty cool. Okay. So it's not a gigantic asteroid, guys. The estimates range from 130 to about 300 feet wide. It is still large enough to destroy a large city, or section, a region of the Earth, certainly. It just would not cause global cataclysm. It just would not. So again, since the asteroid's impact to ours are now 1 in 360, the asteroid's Torino risk is rated 1. So basically, it's a routine discovery in which a pass near the Earth is predicted that poses no unusual level of danger. So that's what they have now rated this as a rated 1, because they rate the asteroids. And there we go. By the way, for those of you who are really nerds like me, just after Christmas, the rock was 515,000 miles away from Earth. And so it's pretty far, it's still pretty far away. And no, I don't believe it's a risk, and I certainly don't think it's going to hit us. I just simply don't. And so and again, we're talking 130 to 300 feet wide. And because of that, it certainly could it, if it hit California, yeah, it could do some damage. New York, certainly. Texas, certainly. But it is not global cataclysmic event. No matter what anyone says, they're telling you incorrectly to scare you. There you go. Okay? So, all right. Yeah, it's kind of sad that people are really, truly really terrible. Oh, yeah, trolls. Yeah, trolls think they're going to actually get under my skin. I ignore them because obviously they're pestilent adults who act like pestilent children, and they're mental midgets. Okay. All right. So, yeah. Listen to this. For those of you who do not like psychics and think psychics are all doing the work of the devil, well, I'll thank you. There's an asteroid. I appreciate that. That's very nice of you. Thank you for that. A friend offered an asteroid gift on TikTok. For those of you who don't like psychic mediums, well, let me tell you a little interesting story. This is by Ariana Benman. But listen to this. Yeah, that was beautiful. A gruesome unaliving. We have to say unaliving because of TikTok's rules and regulations. A gruesome unaliving rocked Northern California. Well, thank you. Then came the CIA's psychic army. This is a true story. Very fascinating. In April of 1972, Russell Targ, a Colombian-trained physicist with an unusual interest in the paranormal, met with the Office of Scientific Intelligence. That's a secretive branch of the CIA that monitored biological warfare, nuclear weapons, and guided missiles during World War. Well, anyway, the bespectacled researcher was there to pass along a concerning and rather peculiar piece of information. Their Soviet enemies, who had likely been experimenting with illegal substances, hypnotism, yoga, and black magic, were now reportedly moving inanimate objects with their minds. One woman, a self-proclaimed psychic from Leningrad, had apparently torn up a dismembered frog's heart with her mental powers alone. And from a military standpoint, the implications were horrifying. You can understand that, because if you're in the battlefield and someone's going, yeah, it's a little bit of a problem. Okay. Sorry, it's a little, we spend a lot of money on special effects. Spare no expense. Now, so the U.S. government brokered a deal. They truly do. They brokered a deal for an initial investment of $874, or just under $7,000 in today's dollars. Well, thank you. So Targ and his colleagues, fellow physicist Harold Puthoff, would test the feasibility of using psychic spies at their Menlo Park lab. The operation called Stargate. Stargate. This actually exists, guys. Would go on to explore whether ordinary civilians could locate clandestine military facilities across the world using their hidden third eye. Now, amid the delirium of the 70s, when psychics were hired to solve major crimes and other things, their introduction of such a government program didn't seem out of the ordinary. But bureaucratic infighting, general skepticism, and sudden unalivings of renowned subjects destroyed the Project Stargate before it had the chance to reach its full potential, according to officials who oversaw it. I would love to speak to an expert, not somebody who thinks it existed. No, an expert in Project Stargate. That would be fascinating. So if you know anybody who really is a legit expert on this topic, we got to bring them on. We've got to bring them on. No, we're talking an expert in it. Is Bill an expert? I don't know his expertise. So, though it seems outlandish, global militaries have flirted with the metaphysical realms for years and have long tried to harness supernatural powers for covert intelligent operations. Oh, okay, got it. Yeah, this would be amazing. See, these Project Stargates, I mean, when you dig into this kind of stuff, it really makes you kind of... I disagree with you, TJ. Completely disagree. You're an expert, so am I. Yep. Yep. Let me tell you a little story about psychics, because a lot of people want to immediately attack psychic and mediums. Now, first of all, let me just say, I know there's a lot of people who claim to be psychics, and they're about as psychic as my dog. And there's we all know that there are people out there that are not psychic, and they're doing it to make a buck off people's misery and all that. We know this. That's not a surprise. But let me for the hater-gators out there who's always going to attack psychics, let me tell you a story that you cannot dispute. And here it is. So I was a chaplain for a major metropolitan police department. And I've told this story before. And the police had told me that they had gotten a tip from a psychic medium where they could find the remains of a missing person. I did not believe it. I'm very skeptical by nature. But they wanted me to be with the family. Should, if they find something, because they didn't want the family to come to mess up any type of evidence. And so I was there. Now, I saw it. And I can't explain it. But here's what I saw. Oh, thank you. That's very beautiful. Thank you. Within 5 feet of where this psychic medium told the police where they could find the remains, they found the body. I can't explain that. The psychic medium didn't do this. And people say, well, that's the devil. No, it's not. No. And I'll tell you why. People are so quick to judge. Devils, I am an expert in theology. I am an expert in biblical studies. And I've spent my entire life studying demonology. And one thing I will tell you is demons will not give you peace of mind. That I'll tell you. And anyone who tells you otherwise is a liar. Demons take your peace of mind. This family, prior to having the psychic do that advice or a tip, was very anti-psychic medium. They were hardcore. Everything was a demon. They're all doing the work of the demons. This family was extremely hardcore. Their entire life changed at that moment. They had to reevaluate every time they thought that, because that gave them peace, a closure, peace of mind. It gave them closure. And I spoke to the family, and afterwards, they had thought, they were pretty harsh against psychic mediums. They, that they're doing all the work of the devil. They're going to burn in the fiery pits of hell. They did the whole 9 yards. But when that psychic medium was able to help the family, when the family was able to receive a benefit from this person who helped the police with they didn't get paid, nothing at all. So when it benefited the family, then the family all of a sudden started changing their thoughts on psychic mediums. I think that's kind of selfish. So when it benefits you, then it's okay. But if it doesn't benefit you, then you're going to throw the book at them saying they're going to burn in the fiery pits of hell. That is so selfish. That is so narcissistic. So I was there. I was present. I saw what happened, and I can't explain it. And I can tell you this whole entire family changed their whole outlook on the beliefs in psychic mediums. And if you're going to come in here and attack Lorraine Warren, you're in the wrong place. Lorraine Warren was my friend. So no, I'll block you. I'll block you in a heartbeat. So we ain't doing that here. We ain't doing that here. But this is really interesting. So I just wanted to say that. Just let everybody know. For those of you who are listening to this later on the podcast, we're going to say goodnight to you guys. I want to remind everybody that, of course, we do have this presentation on podcasts. I'm going to be publishing it here momentarily for you guys to listen to it later. You just go to bishopjameslong.com, and all you got to do is click on the Spreaker, and there it is. But for those of you on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and KGRDB Radio, so tomorrow, remember, I'm going to be here at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with Miss Wilma and Judy Ann. We tell jokes, and then we're going to bring on the moderators later on TikTok only. So we'll be here tomorrow at 8 p.m. And then Sunday at 8 p.m., we have Bible study. For those of you who tell me I never speak about Jesus, I never see you at Bible study on Sundays and Wednesdays. We won't, and I don't know, night prayer, well, we've been doing it for 20 years, for Monday through Friday. But anyway, nonetheless, always have to adjust the tros, don't you know? My friends, remember, your value does not decrease based on a tro's inability or refusal to see your worth. You're priceless. And don't let any tro tell you or convince you otherwise. It's Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, and KGRDB Radio. Good night.